Have you ever thought the other side of the world has a whole story to tell about a piece of leaf falling into the water?
It was really the members' effort and engagement that made this whole trip idea came into a reality. When I first started the club, I thought a 50-people club would be good enough, where we just have tea and have fun together. And then it drove to 500 people. And then we did a tea formal with President Daniels joining us at the George Peabody Library. And we had so many engaging guest speakers, and all of the members are so enthusiastic and passionate about tea. When they asked me, Ben, where did you learn about tea? And I was like, I learned it in the tea mountains of the place where it came from. And then it struck me, why can't they experience the same thing?
This field trip really is the best see-for-yourself opportunity for students to come to China and learn about Chinese tea and culture. After having co-led this program with Ben Guan, it consolidates my vision for sharing Chinese culture. Our participants, now our very good friends, have learned so much about tea and became so much more knowledgeable about Chinese culture. And I was amazed again and again by the elegance, the beauty, the intelligence behind Chinese culture.
日常我们的研学项目呢，可能就是5-6天的一个时长。那这次呢，我们拉到了14天。我们从院校浙江大学茶学系，再深入茶产区，到湖州、杭州、武夷山等地，从茶产地还到我们器皿的加工地，苏州、宜兴，对吧？全面的让他们感受了中国文化的一个魅力。
I really wanted the members to see how tea can really be different. How can it really be so artsy to a place where it's so contemporary, a place where it is so esteemed and full of culture to a place where it is so scientific. I wanted the members to see all of those multi-angles about tea, but also a whole world of Asian and Chinese traditions, such as incense, such as calligraphy, such as painting, all sorts of things. I want people to have a full cultural experience in China.
I came into this trip thinking that I would just kind of practice Chinese and then I would learn more about tea. I figured I would not get an opportunity like this again, which I very clearly will not. There's a lot of things that I've really appreciated about this trip. The cultural immersion, the historical lessons that we've had from professionals. These people have been studying and researching for so long. And I also think that I have had a lot of bonds that have been created that I would not have gotten anywhere else.
This has been like the most amazing trip of my life so far, and I probably will say this for the rest of my life. No one could ever replicate if they ever wanted to come to China and learn tea by themselves. We hiked with a monk. We saw the mother tree of Da Hong Pao. Some of the memories I've made have just been, it will be with me forever.
This trip was really phenomenal in every way possible. This trip made me think in so many different ways. It made me learn so much about tea, Chinese culture, even myself. And it was just the perfect trip. Beyond that, we went to places like Suzhou, which was just beautiful. We got to see this opera-esque show, which was really nice. We went to Hangzhou. We were involved with Zhejiang University's faculty, which was amazing. We were just completely immersed in every single city we went to. I think within Tea Club and within tea, I found a really good foundation for myself. So this trip was just really transformative and special in every way.
When I first heard about this trip, I talked to my mom about it, and she was like, "Oh, you can go to China anytime. Why are you going to go now?" Or This is like a tea trip. It's like a cultural experience. I'm never gonna have a similar chance again. And in the last 14 days, I've just like proved that even further. This is not something I could have been able to do like any time else with any other group of people. I've always been interested in Chinese culture and Chinese language, and just being immersed in the culture and the food and the just general environment has just been really special for me.
The reason I went to Johns Hopkins was because like I knew I had to like spread my wings. You know, choosing to go to China for 2 weeks with like a hope and a prayer. And it was a very transformative trip. There's a lot to learn about tea and a lot of interdisciplinary things, almost tangential to tea. Food, cuisine, visual arts, musical arts. Considering that it's the first cross-campus Peabody Homewood club. And then of course the bonds that I made with the people here. Lots of new friends made. People from other grades and even graduate students. That was surprising. So I was very grateful for people kind of taking me under their wing and letting me really experience China and enjoy China.
I think it was just one afternoon, I opened my Outlook app and then I see like all caps, field trip to China. And I was like, wait, and I see the most well-made brochure ever. So I signed up and now I'm here and I'm really glad I did. Like on top of learning so much about tea on this trip, I think for me, I treasured the most like the people I met. On top of like everyone in here, of course, it's also, you know, the brief interactions we've had with other people, you know. Dong Lao Shi, okay, we've definitely, you know, drank a lot of tea with her, but no, her and her cute outfits, like Kat said, oh, we love her elegance, her natural poise. And then of course all the tour guides, and then like every single time they talked about tea, you could see their like passion and love for tea come through. I'm very thankful for everyone I've met. I'm very thankful for all the tour guides and everyone who is willing to, you know, lead us through this adventure, and I'm very thankful for coming.
Having this interest in tea, although very surface level at first, on top of having not been back to China in such a long time. So I think those parts were kind of like big reasons for why I wanted to go. I think I really enjoyed it, and I don't regret this trip like at all. I think the experiences that I've had during this field trip were very memorable. This isn't the kind of experience that I'll forget in the near future or anytime soon or at all. From us carving the Yixing teapots to drinking tea on random nights or learning, you know, the ceremony for Dian Cha, as well as the introspection side, the meditative aspects of tea. And just learning from people with decades of experience in the industry. I think all of that has been really, really helpful, really enlightening, and I think this is something I'll cherish for the rest of my life.
The execution of this field trip was so smooth. I was so worried when it first started, but it went really well at the end. And we were so happy that all of the members liked the itinerary. We're so glad that they enjoyed themselves and liked China, the country. And we're also really honored to appear on Chinese national news because of the novelty of this brand new itinerary.